In my last video, I pulled this old SnowCruiser out of a barn. I also took this thing home and I gave it a bath, and it looks not too bad, but it's still pretty rough. So today, we're gonna try to get this thing running, and maybe we'll take this thing for a rip. Before I work on the motor, I'm gonna try to buff this thing and see if I can make this thing look a little better. Well, I got this thing somewhat buffed up, and it looks not too bad. Well, now that this thing's all cleaned up, let's take this carburetor off and clean it. Okay, well, I got the carburetor on this thing cleaned up, so now let's check this thing for spark. I pulled this thing over a couple times and there's no spark, so I assume the points on this thing are dirty, so I'm going to take all this stuff off and I'm going to clean up those points. There we go. Oh, well, whatever's in here, like 40 years of turds, I guess. It's really, really gross. Well, I got the points on this thing cleaned up, so let's put this thing back together and see if this thing has spark. Well, I put the flywheel back on this thing, and I gave her a couple spins, and for some reason, this thing still doesn't have spark. This thing has 2 ignition coils. I did test them for ohms, and they seem fine, but all this wiring could be a problem, and we also might have problems underneath the flywheel too. Well, that's going to be it for part 2, so thank you guys for watching. And stay tuned, because you might get this thing running, you never know. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys later.